I just got back from the cinema from seeing Chappie. Oh yeah. And I will say this, I was looking forward to seeing this film because, to be honest, the last couple of films I've been to see at the cinema, sort of Focus and Jupiter Ascending, I was like, oh, the trailer didn't make it look that good, so I weren't looking forward to them films. But this film, the trailer looked like it was going to be good, and I was looking forward to it. So coming out of it, bit of a mixed bag, I must say. But this is probably going to be my worst review ever. And I know it's not very confident in myself, but I'm just trying to think of things to say for this review. So let's just try to power through this. I'll say this right now, Chappie's not a bad film. I went into this film a little bit underhyped after seeing it had like a 31% on Rotten Tomatoes the last time I looked. So I was like, okay, critics are bashing it, but I usually disregard critic reviews because I just like to go into a film and make up my own mind and not try and make it the same as the critics. But in terms of the critical reaction and my reaction, I did like this more than the critics liked it, seemingly. I thought it was entertaining. There were some entertaining, fun parts about the film. But the thing is, all the entertaining moments are kind of scattershot throughout the plot. Now, weirdly enough, the premise of this film is that Chappie the robot is created pretty much by force to this Indian guy, the guy from Slumdog Millionaire. He creates him because he gets kidnapped by these gangsters to make a robot so they can do this heist and get loads of money for another big gangster. So it's pretty much a kind of a sort of gangster film mixed within a sci-fi film. And some of the gangsters, they are pretty much unlikable apart from the girl. She's actually nice to Chappie. The other ones are kind of douchebags, so you don't really care about them guys. So it's just pretty much Chappie trying to learn all this different stuff. The Indian guy, or whatever nation he is, trying to like put him on the right path, and it's confusing because of all these different plot lines. You have the gangsters teaching Chappie to be a real gangster, or as he says, real gangster. And you have the maker guy, the guy who creates Chappie, trying to teach him the right way and trying to actually make him do good. Then you have Hugh Jackman trying to sabotage the whole robot plan things for his own evil scheme or something like that. It's just all these plot points, not all of them don't really make sense, and they all just intertwine into this film, which is entertaining but not great, to be honest. One thing I really did like about this film though was the actual robot Chappie. I thought he was a pretty awesome robot. It's fun seeing him actually learn and being a proper robot with emotions, and him learning all this stuff from the gangsters and from the different people. And it's good because at the end he just becomes this badass robot, and somewhere near the start he was just like a baby, now he's just grown into this awesome robot. It was pretty cool, I will admit. And Sholto Copley, however you say his name, he was a good voice for this robot. He was pretty awesome. The rest of the cast were more or less serviceable. I mean, Hugh Jackman, well, a couple of people could have played Hugh Jackman, but he did okay in the role, I guess. The maker guy, I don't know his name, sorry, the guy from Slumdog Millionaire and the Marigold Hotel movies, he was okay in the role as well. And the gangsters were, I've never seen any of them before in my life, so they could have been played by any people who could put on a weird accent. But like I said, I wanted to enjoy this film a lot. I did end up enjoying it, but like mildly enjoying it. This movie is literally in the middle for me. It's not a great movie, but it's not an awful film. I didn't find this film awful. It was entertaining. Chappie was good in the film. Some of the special effects, particularly in the finale, were a bit meh, and everyone was serviceable in their roles. And the finale, I haven't really touched on the finale. It was pretty entertaining and exciting, but then something happens at the end in terms of resolution to a particular situation. I'm not going to spoil it, but I thought it delved into a ridiculous territory. And I know it's a science fiction film, so anything can happen in a science fiction film, but it's just, you just draw the line at some points, and the thing that happens at the end of this film, I just didn't really buy it that much. So I'm going to give Chappie a 3 out of 5. So that's my take on Chappie, but I want to know, what's your take on Chappie? Have you seen it? And which of Neil Blomkamp's films out of the 3 are your favourite? Now, I have not seen District 9, but I have seen Elysium and Chappie, and out of the 2, I do prefer Elysium to Chappie personally. It's just a more like focused and entertaining film than Chappie was, for me anyway. So what is your favourite Blomkamp film? What did you think of Chappie? All that stuff, leave a comment below. And if you want to see more stuff from me, then be sure to subscribe to my channel, because I got stuff coming to you guys all the time.